Thank you guys for tuning back in. We're back for another week. This is week 6 NFL free picks brought to you by your sponsors at TeamSpatesPoker.com and the good people at Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio. So, coming off of a pretty action-packed week, we're learning a lot. We're getting closer. We missed 6 games this week. 3 of them not covering. We missed the Saints game. We missed the Steelers and the Bears. And the Patriots, Minnesota, and Baltimore both covered but couldn't. They both won but couldn't cover. So we almost got it. So we're going to jump into this kind of fast for week 6. Everybody pay attention. Some of these picks are subject to change based on injury. So we're going to kick it off with Tampa Bay for game 1 of week 6, going to Philadelphia, opening it up with giving up 7 points. So giving up the full touchdown. Tampa Bay is actually one of the best run defense in the league, giving up less than 50 yards per game. Jalen Hurts had no passing touchdowns last week. But Brady will play, although he's dealing with an injury. So we're going to go ahead and take Tampa Bay and give up the 7 points. Sam Darnold had 3 picks last week, which is why Philadelphia was able to come away with that win. This isn't Sam Darnold, this is Tampa Bay. 7 points is way too little. That's one of our locks of the week. Next game is going to be Miami going to Jacksonville. This is going to be Jacksonville's first win of the year. Both of these teams are on extended losing streaks. Philly is actually the 3rd best passing defense in the league, but I think we're going to see a breakout from Robinson. The Jacksonville Jaguars is actually 6th in the league in yards rushing per game, and Miami's giving up 133 yards a game. So this is going to be another easy pick for this week. Jacksonville gets their first win. Any extra points we can get, we don't really need. Next game is going to be Houston going to Indianapolis. Indianapolis choked on the Monday night game, but they're coming into this game at a 10-point favorite. So Houston almost beat the Patriots last week, and Indianapolis can't score 30 points, man. They can't, and that's probably what it's going to take to cover this spread. So we're going to take Houston plus the 10 points. I mean, the first few games for Indy, they had to play Seattle, the Rams, the Titans, so I don't know. It's a tough pick, but it might be a 3-point game, so we're going to have to wait and see how that goes. That 10 points is asking for a lot, so I'm definitely going to take Houston plus the 10 points because I see the game, even if Houston loses, I see it as a 17-20 game. Next game, Kansas City Chiefs are coming to town. They're going to be going to Washington and giving up 7 points, which is very respectable. Kansas City defense is obviously struggling, but the offense is doing just fine. So I see Kansas City coming in, covering the 7 points, probably a blowout. I mean, Washington scored 16 points in every game. So Heineke had 2 interceptions against the Saints, which led to that loss. And Chiefs are the 4th worst passing defense, but it's just as bad as Washington. They're the 5th worst passing defense. So I see Patrick Mahomes coming out. Chiefs are pretty healthy and getting this done, minus 7 points. We actually skipped a game. Green Bay going to Chicago. Green Bay minus 5 is very reasonable. Obviously, they're still sleeping on my man Aaron Rodgers. So even going to Chicago, they're giving Chicago credit for that last game. But, I mean, obviously the Oakland Raiders are not very consistent. It was a very, unusual game, that Oakland-Chicago game. So I don't give Chicago credit for that game. I think Green Bay comes in town and gets this done. Shows why they're dominating that division. Minnesota, very disappointing Minnesota, going to Carolina. We're going to take Minnesota plus the 1 points. So North Carolina's trash without Christian McCaffrey. Sam Darnold's throwing picks like we know him to. And, Minnesota's put up 24 points versus Cincinnati, Arizona, and Seattle earlier in the season. But that Carolina got that number 1 pass defense. So. Anyway, the next game on the schedule is going to be the Chargers game. They are actually going on the road, getting 3 points. I don't know how that's possible when they're obviously looking like one of the better teams in the league. And even more so, I don't understand how they're not getting the credit that they deserve as being both dominant offensively and defensively. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and take Los Angeles Chargers in this game because we believe that they are the best team in the AFC. And even after that amazing comeback by Baltimore on Monday night, I don't see Chargers defense letting them come back like that. So We're going to take Chargers plus what's at 3 points right now. Next game on the schedule is Cincinnati going to Detroit. Obviously, Joe Burrow's out of the hospital for whatever type of throat neck injury he was going through. They're only giving up 3.5 points in this game, so that's a great spread against Detroit, probably the worst team in the league. So as long as Burrow plays and everything's good, Detroit's horrible. And, they choked against Minnesota. They had a chance to actually beat somebody. They did keep me from winning because they didn't let Minnesota cover, but yeah, this Detroit team's really bad. So the next game on the schedule is the Rams going to New York. It's pretty interesting. Rams are giving up double-digit points to New York, who is so just decimated by injuries. I don't even know who's going to be playing in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Rams, give up the 11 points. After that, we're going to have Arizona going to Cleveland. Arizona 5-0 still, coming into this game as a dog. Cleveland Browns giving up the 3 points, giving up the field goal. So I'm going to take Cleveland in this game. This is going to be one of them upset games that you just have to squeeze it in. You got to bite down and just fire it off. So I guess Cleveland breaks out this rushing attack. And Arizona is the 5th worst rushing defense in the league, allowing 139 yards a game. So with Cleveland being at home and being the best rushing game in the NFL, I think somehow Cleveland pulls this out. So after that, we're going to go to the John Gruden-less Las Vegas Raiders, who are going to Denver. Denver is one of my favorite underdog teams in the AFC. Them being at home, I really want to take them, so I'm going to. Carr's been off since that Chargers game. Since Bosa called him out, he hadn't been himself. And the John Gruden situation obviously is going to play a major effect in what's taking place here. So I don't know if that's an advantage or a disadvantage, but next game on the schedule, Dallas is going to New England. Dallas, obviously, one of the best teams in the NFC. They're healthy. They got great chemistry going right now. The Patriots struggled with Houston. I think the Patriots passing game is having a hard time with that Mac Jones running the team. So he's a rookie. He'll get it together. But Dallas is the best offensive team in the league. 439 yards per game one way or another. So them going on the road, this would be a good test. It opened at -1. It's moved to -4. We're going to take Dallas and give up to a touchdown. Next game, Seattle, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh at home giving up 5 points to a Russell Wilson-less Seattle. We're going to take Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson's the backbone of Seattle. If Pittsburgh somehow loses this game or doesn't cover 5 points, then I think it's time to start making some changes up there. The last game on the schedule is Buffalo Bills, the best team in the league, going to Tennessee to test out these Titans. Only giving up 5.5 right now, keeping under a touchdown. I feel safe with Buffalo. I was really impressed with how they came into the Kansas City Chiefs game. So I don't think that there's any doubt in their mind and my mind that they are the best team in the league. And you got to show them otherwise. They got that one loss, but Tennessee's very inconsistent. So I don't see any problem with Buffalo covering that 5.5. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, join the Facebook group, Overtime Live Sports Bet Radio group. And check us out at teamspacepoker.com where you can book your poker.